What's up? Man Up Monday in the studio with motivational speaker Jackie Brewton. She
Hey,
is
Katie.
good at what she does. She has a way of talking to these youth about sex and what have you, and they really do listen. I really appreciate that. This particular video, we're just going to take a curve because I want to talk about the fact that men have a very vital role in society. The reason why we are tripped out right now is because brothers have not accepted that role and understood the power thereof. For instance, I believe that a man has power in two things: in his presence and his absence. They both make a substantial difference. If you're there, it's going to make a difference. If you're not there, the hole that you create makes such a huge difference. And we're going to talk about that today. For when a father is not in the life of his children, but specifically his sons,
Right.
it creates chaos.
It does, because I think if you think about a lot of the violent behavior we have, I think a lot of it is misplaced aggression.
Mm,
Because I'll
mm.
tell you a story. A ninth grade boy told me, he said, I try to pretend like it doesn't matter that my father's not there because I don't want my mother to feel bad. He said,
Whoa.
but lately, a lot of things have been happening that have been making me angry. He said, Friday night, all the football players had to wear a necktie to the game. My mother had to call one of her friends over to tie my tie. He said, do you know how angry that made me?
Wow.
He said, my father should have taught me how to tie my tie.
Wow.
And he said little things like that. And so you compound all of those things, and then you wonder why their, aggressive behavior is being exhibited. But I think it's also that there's not a father that'll teach them the limits of, how do you handle your anger? How do you handle it? So let me tell you, go ahead.
Real quick, I saw, I was watching news. My wife and I was watching the news last night, and it hurts my heart when I see such and such got beat up, or the such and such house got broken into, or they were pulling money out of the ATM and the old lady got both her arms broken. And then you just holding your breath. Please, Jesus, don't let them be black. There it is, young black man. It just tears your heart apart. And so, yeah, I feel what you're saying about that aggression, but this story, and I know where you're going about the elephant, please break that one down.
So there was in South Africa, they had an abundance of elephants in an area, and they decided we need to thin them out. So they tried to take the adult males out, but they couldn't get a hoist or whatever to pull them. They were doing with the helicopter. So they
Okay.
said, okay, we can't do that. We have to take the younger elephants. So they took the juvenile males and females, removed them from this herd, took them to another game reserve.
Mm.
Something interesting started happening in the game reserve where the rhinos started dying. They said about 10% of the rhino population ended up, dying. They were trying to figure out what it was. They put cameras in. It was the juvenile male elephants exhibiting delinquent behavior.
Wow.
And so they said, wow, we need to bring some of the adult male elephants in. So somehow, figured out how to get the adult males out, brought them in. Within 2 weeks, all of that deviant behavior stopped.
Are you serious?
So just think of the correlation. So they said what those adult males did within 2 weeks, all of totally
Wow.
changed because they started following the male models and started, learning how to be
An adult.
an adult.
This is how you act. You don't do crazy stuff. So again, gentlemen, and this is not to throw rocks at those of you who, for whatever reason, you've made
Right.
some pretty crazy decisions. It's about what you do from this point on. You are needed, you are valued, and there's a sleeping giant in you. There's a king in you, and I'm saying to that king and to that giant, wake up. We're not going to make it without you doing your part. And that's what this conversation is about. Jackie has a plethora of information on her website. You can check it out, JackieBrewton.com. Matter of fact, if you go on right now, you got a free ebook.
Yeah, there's a free ebook. It's called 7 Things Every Parent of a Teen Needs to Know Before Having the Talk. So it's a free ebook, and book for teen girls will be out in September. There are DVDs for males, females, and parents.
Yeah. JackieBrewton.com, and on our website, we'll also have a link, manupcommunity.org. Love you, man.